This is Margaret Lee, Special People and Places. I'm in Summerton, Alabama, at the home of Alabama Cable Network. As you can see, there is something special going on here today. One of Don Early's many interests is, of course, Corvettes, if you know Don Early. So he's having a car show here today, a special car show, Corvette car show. So let's take a look at all these beautiful Corvettes. I'm here with Don Early, owner of Alabama Cable Network. Now, you have other studios, don't you, Don?
Yes, we have, of course, the one here in Summerton, or in Jefferson County, right by the Summerton city limits. But we have one in Coleman, Decatur, Elliott City, Sylacauga, places like that. Okay, now are they all under the umbrella of Alabama Cable Network? No, they're all independent. They're on channel in the local areas, and then Channel 80 is statewide. It runs in all of the charter areas. We're in probably close to 600,000 homes. Oh my, I don't understand all that, but are they all on Charter Channel 80? No, my channel is, Alabama Cable is on Charter Channel 80 statewide, but the others are also on a different channel in the same towns. Okay. In Coleman, we're on Channel 80, but we're also on Channel 16. The one up, but that's the local station. Now, Don, with all the Corvettes, your love for Corvettes and all that you own, and of course you know other Corvette owners, tell us about the organization and this car show. This is Mid-Alabama Corvette Club out of Birmingham. Now, they got members from all over the state, and they're gracious enough to come out today to have a car show here. So we could, I think it's a beautiful sight. Being a Corvette guy, you can imagine what a beautiful sight this is to me. See all these cars lined up down the fence. This is so interesting here. Now, do you call this your home office? Yeah, this is our main studio here for Alabama Cable Network. Everything else is fibered into here, and then we go out, live from here to Charter. I always wondered, but it is the home studio of Alabama Cable Network. Well, anyone that knows you knows that you love Corvettes, don't you? Well, I got a few, and I've had probably 50 in my life since I, grew up, been able to afford to buy one anyway. And so, now, which was first, Thunderbird or Corvette? Corvette in 1953. Okay. And so then Ford was the copycat to come out. Came out in 55. With that little sporty two-door. Okay. And what was your first Corvette? Believe it or not, I had a 53. The very first year? Yeah, I had serial number 118. That was in 1960. I had a brand new car. I went to work on the railroad in 59, and I had a brand new Impala. And I bought the little 53 Corvette. It was a 7-year-old car at the time, Now it's worth, $400,000 or $500,000. Back then it was worth a total of $1,450. Holy cow! And that was the value of it then, not what you. A 7-year-old car. The Corvettes were probably in the $3,500 range when they first came out. But a 7-year-old car was like anything else; it goes down in value. Right. And so, what was the Impala? It was a '60 model Impala convertible. But the Impala. An ordinary car, really a sports car, but how much was that? It was $2,800 what I paid for it, brand new. It was a convertible, an Impala convertible. Which was top of the line, yes, for Chevy? For Chevrolet it was, yes. And so the Corvette would have cost what now again? Probably in the $3,500 range when they first came out. Yeah. But, of course, that's not the same way it is now. Oh, no, but kind of double what their top-of-the-line Impala was? Almost double. Almost double? Probably, I'd say mostly about $1,000 more. Okay, but more than most people could afford. Probably so. Yeah. Well, people, it's a 2-seater, 6-cylinder, a little 3.2-barrel on the side, automatic. They came in white with red interior. And that was yours, white with red? They didn't even have any roll-up windows or anything. They had snap-in windows and everything like that.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my. Wish you'd kept it.
Oh, yes, I wish I'd have kept it. I'd have sold it 57,000 times since then, raising a family and all. But serial number 118, I'd say today, $400,000 if you still had it.
Oh, my gosh. Well, you have some beauties here. You have how many Corvettes now?
I got 5.
How many children? You married Catherine Rizzo, and for people that don't know you, and you have 4 children.
4 children, 8 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren.
Oh,
I'm old as dirt.
Not quite. And you had the 3 boys, and name those.
Well, it was Donnie, Anthony, and Vincent, and then Nikki was my daughter.
Oh.
She was the young one.
Oh, Don and Susie's Nikki is just a beautiful gal. Married with children of her own. She doesn't even look 25.
She's going to love you.
Listen, well, she looks like her mom. This is, and of course you've got the museum here that you do show people if you have time and when they come by.
Anybody that wants to see it, it doesn't cost anything to go in there. My dad, it's named after my dad. He worked on the Southern Railroad for 40 years, and he used to ride on that very car. And I rode on it with him, so when I got rid of the other train cars, that's the only one I wouldn't sell. I didn't want to get rid of it. So the museum's in it now.
And all those trains that were here, train cars, engines, caboose, the whole thing, you sold to an entrepreneur up in Canada. And they can see them in Irondale?
They're in Irondale at Grants Mill Road.
Show today, the caterer is Leo and Susie's famous Green Top Barbecue. And if you are an Alabamian, I think you've heard of this restaurant. And what is your name, sir?
My name is Tony Hedrick.
Okay, and I recognize that name. Okay, so Leo and Susie were your parents, is that right?
I'm the grandson now. My Leo and Susie, they've passed away now. Deceased. Me and my father ran it for years. My uncle was a part of the business for a long time, and he left to become a preacher in Hamilton. But now it's me, my wife, and my kids we're in charge of the business now.
Oh, it's wonderful. And you're right here on Old 78 Highway.
I still call this 78. Since they've opened I-22 up, they've just changed up all the names, just got everybody confused.
Oh, it's a landmark. Tony, when did your grandparents open up the Green Top?
My grandfather bought the business in 1973 from Edith Carey, and we've ran the business since then.
In the same family, and if they don't do a top-notch job, everybody's heard of the Green Top.
We try and do everything from scratch. We still make the sauce. We still use our same old type of hickory pits. We don't use any type of ovens or anything to cook our barbecue in.
All right, and it's located near this the old chapel, Alabama Cable Network home studio. You're right here. You're one of the neighbors.
Yes, we are. We're just right down the street from them.
Lived in the Atlanta area. That he knew someone that drove all the way over here for barbecue.
I have a gentleman he comes at least once a month. He drives from Florida. He said because they just don't make any barbecue like that, like ours down there. They just come from near and far to get it.
You are an award winner, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am, we are. We've been in the Southern Living magazine. We've been in a couple other publications like that. There's nowhere that I can't go that somebody will say, hey, aren't you the guy that sells the barbecue?
Well, the reputation is well deserved, isn't it? I know you're so proud of your grandparents.
Yes, we are. They taught me a lot. My grandparents, my dad, my uncle, it's just they taught me how just always take care of the customer and treat them like, they're a family.
Well, the service is without exception. It's just always good. But now, the barbecue, did they come up with the recipes? Did they buy a barbecue place, or did they just perfect their recipes?
When the Green Top originally opened, it was opened up as more as a beer joint, and we've turned it more into a family restaurant. Like I said, my wife, I've got an older son that works in the business. My daughter, she just graduated from high school, and she's fixing to go off to college, and she works with us some. She's here today working. I've got a younger son that's starting in high school this year that'll be that he works in the business at times when we need him. So it's we're trying to make it a family atmosphere, where we try and make everybody feel welcome.
Well, they do, and everybody, as you know, everybody loves a Green Top. Why don't we go in and you introduce those children?
Okay, I will do.
Looking kids, and this is Miss Katie.
Yes, ma'am.
Katie, and do you help out in the restaurant too?
Yes, ma'am.
How about you? And this is Zach. How about you, Zach?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so it's just sort of a family curse, isn't it?
Right. And we can't forget Ricky,
My oldest son,
his
Ricky.
oldest son. He's not here with us today. So
Okay, so you do have 3 children. Okay, how did you manage that and run a busy restaurant? That's not easy, is it?
no. Very challenging at times.
And you said you've got one guy, where's it at, that comes about once a month?
We got a guy that comes all the way from Panama City about once a month and gets his barbecues. Then he goes back, and he always talks about me and him. He always wants to try and bring me some fish to swap for the barbecue.
That's a pretty good deal. Oh, my
Can't
God.
forget about Yankee Mike. He lives in Indiana. He comes down every summer.
Yeah.
So
That's where he spends his vacation at.
I love that. Well, I'll tell you, Carrie Bevel lives in Colombia, South America.
Okay.
And he begged Larry, he wanted a Green Top barbecue in the worst way, and he said, Larry, would you please go over there and order a plate and just videotape it for me?
Oh, goodness.
We can do that for you for sure.
Leanne, you were saying you can't go anywhere without somebody recognizing your husband.
That is so true. We have been in Panama City, we've been in Georgia, we've been Tennessee, everywhere. And somebody knows Tony.
Hey, Tony, did you bring any barbecue?
We get that comment all the time. Everywhere we go. Why didn't you bring me a barbecue? I just need to take me a grill everywhere I go.
Oh, my gosh. And Tony says these are family recipes.
Yes, they are. His grandmother, his granddad, his dad, his aunt and uncle, they've all had input in things. So Tony's come up with his own things. So our latest one is our mac and cheese, and everybody loves that. His creation. So
We try to make everything from scratch. We don't really make anything, comes in, frozen like that. We make everything pretty much from scratch. All our dressings, our sauces. We have people come. Had a lady from Michigan come down and get a pint of our ranch dressing to take back to Michigan.
Give us your telephone number so people can phone their order.
Okay, it's 205-648-9838.
Green Top Barbecue, and of course you cater because you've catered the Corvette show today.
Right.
Yeah, we enjoy coming out and doing things like this. Gets us out of the same four walls. Gets us out doing something a little bit different.
And meeting new folks.
See, now that's why they have the success they do. You just can't find any warmer hospitality anywhere than the Hedrick family. And you kids know you're going to have to carry this on.
Yes, Sam. We'll tag team it.
We thank you so much for your time and great food. Just great food. Everybody loves it, and they love the Hedrick family.
Thank you.
Now, what is the name of the organization again?
Mid-Alabama Corvette Club out of Birmingham.
Right. And what year and make is your Corvette here?
It's a 2015 Z06. So
I tell you, it's one fancy one. Is this your first Corvette?
this is my third one.
Third one. Oh, well, I kind of figured that this wouldn't have been your first one. Oh, you guys love these Corvettes, don't you? What was your first one, Paul?
It was a 78 Corvette. Yeah, and then I had a 2006 C6 Corvette and then traded it for this one.
Oh, my. It is beautiful. I know you're so proud of it.
Oh, yeah, I love it. Love it.
Okay. All right. We won't. I didn't realize, do all the trunks flip up like that?
No, this is the convertibles don't. The convertibles got like a little regular trunk back there, so this is a coupe. Now this top will come off, but it's different. Yeah.
It's removable.
Yes.
So you have that feature, but not all of them do that.
No, ma'am.
It is, Paul, it is just absolutely beautiful. And this one seems to be lower to the ground, Paul.
It's just got some ground effects on it. So on the front spoiler down there and then the side skirts here. So makes it look a little lower.
Well, you sure do look great riding down the road, I know.
Yeah, I love it.
It's a beautiful car, and thank you for talking to us.
You bet.
And which two do you own now?
I own this 1981 Corvette and this 2008 Corvette.
Wow, so this 2008 is a convertible.
Yes.
Now, it's red, but it's more like a candy apple.
Yes.
That is a beauty. And your other, it's kind of, what do they call that? That's something special.
It's just a bright red with black trim, and the black's got all red metal flake through it. And it's kind of a custom paint job we did ourselves.
Now the top, it has a bar across up there.
In that day.
Oh my gosh, it is a beauty. About 3.
Well, she drives one of them, so
That helps.
that helps.
Okay. And where do you live?
Alabaster, Alabama.
Okay. Oh, isn't it great to have the car club show up here today with this Corvette show?
Yes, it's always good to have a gathering of all of us because we're all long-term friends, and every weekend we seem to be somewhere doing this.
Oh, Oh, this is great. And of course, Don Early said this is the first show here.
Right. It's the first time we're out here, Mid-Alabama Corvette Club. And we would also like some new members if there's some guys out there with Corvettes.
That is a great idea. How can they find out how to join you guys?
We have a website. It's called MAC, Mid-Alabama Corvette. They can go out there. They can actually sign on online or look at where we're going to be and what we're going to do and just show up at one of the gatherings and join.
And the only requirement is a Corvette.
That's it, and it's a $25 entrance fee or $50 for a couple. And we're a non-profit for Magic Moments, which is like a Make-A-Wish Foundation, but just for Alabama kids and Children's Hospital. And any money we make, we usually give to them.
That's fantastic. What a great idea. Yeah. How long has this organization been formed?
I'm not real sure. I would say somewhere around 20 years, 20-something years. We have members that say they've been in the club since the 1990s. So I'm in the club about 5 years.
Okay. So in excess of 20 years probably.
Yes, in excess of 20 years.
What a great idea, and I know you guys enjoy seeing each other's Corvettes and showing them off, of course.
And we look at them like we've never seen them before.
And still enjoy seeing them.
Yes. We sure do.
That is great. But now some of these that are hard tops, the top comes completely off, doesn't it?
Yes, they're called Targa tops.
Okay.
There's very few Corvettes that's solid one piece. Most of them, the tops come off in some kind of way.
All right. Well, they are beauties. And I didn't realize, all the young boys, of course, they followed Corvettes because they were such eye-catching cars. But for girls, I didn't realize that they go back to 1953.
Yes, they go 53 was the first year.
Oh, what is the oldest one you've had? What year? How far back?
In our club? I think we got a 1956 Corvette. There's 182 members to our club, so there's a lot of different Corvettes. And all these guys, a lot of them are multiple Corvette owners. So they have
such as yourself, 3. Good grief.
Yeah.
His and hers Corvette.
That's right.
How sweet life gets. That is great. Don Early said that he had a 1953.
Yes, he does.
But he sold it years ago, so unfortunately he didn't keep it. I'm sure he regrets that, don't you think?
I think he still owns. I think he owns 5 of them now.
Yes. We just showed them.
I know he's got multiple Corvettes.
5, and he built the Corvette Junction over there. That's where he parks them. He had so many, he had to have a place to garage them, and so this works out perfectly. And now that can be used, that space. He pulled them out today, and Green Top Barbecue's in there. So it is worked out.
Yeah, looks like it's going to be a really nice turnout. Hope people come on out and see us.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm here with Dean Rogers, and where are you from, Dean?
I'm from Helena, Alabama.
Okay, and this little beauty is yours. What year is this Corvette?
This is a 2000. I call it my Y2K car, and it's got 73,000 miles on it, and love it, enjoy it. It's a good weekend car for us to get out with the MAC Club.
Oh my gosh, I know you guys enjoy these beautiful cars and camaraderie of all these guys. And do you let your wife drive it?
She has never driven this car, and I don't know if she's driven my son's car. My son has a Corvette too, and he's not here today, but no, she's always welcome, but somehow I'm always the pilot, I guess. She's the co-pilot.
Well, I tell you, as a woman, I would be kind of intimidated driving one. I would be afraid it would get away from me.
Well, no, not Michelle. She can handle the cars very well, as we well know. So, but she has not taken the driver position in this car. So.
All right. Thank you, Dean.